Hola, bienvenidos to my channel. Yo me llamo Kelly and this is Adventures in Spanish. And if you're heading to a Spanish-speaking country this year with little or no Spanish, then this video is for you. ¿Listo? Vamos! So maybe you don't fancy taking a phrase book with you on holiday this year. Maybe you're not keen on the idea of investing in a Spanish course just yet. Well, don't worry, because I've got you covered. In this lesson, you'll learn 15 of the most common Spanish phrases. You'll learn when and where to use them, and of course, more importantly still, how to pronounce them. And if at the end of the video you fancy taking your learning a little bit further, you'll find details of my holiday Spanish course. But for now, let's get on with the lesson. And remember, don't just blurt these phrases out. Approach the person saying, Hola, ¿cómo está? Of course, if it's appropriate. Here we go. Useful phrase número uno. Where's the toilet? ¿Dónde está el baño? So use this phrase if you're travelling to Central or South America. If you're travelling to Spain, mainland Spain, your question would be, ¿Dónde están los servicios? So we have, ¿Dónde está el baño? And ¿Dónde están los servicios? Useful phrase número dos. I don't understand. Very simply, no entiendo. This is a universal phrase. You can use it with a shrug and a smile. No entiendo. Useful phrase número tres. I'm sorry. Lo siento. Lo siento. And you can use this phrase when you bump into somebody in the market, for example. You don't want to use it if you're sorry for something significant. I've done a lesson on how to say I'm sorry in Espanol that covers the different ways you can say it for different scenarios. And I'll pop the link to that lesson. Well, it's either around here somewhere or it'll be at the end of the video. Useful phrase número cuatro. Pardon. En Español se dice ¿Cómo? ¿Cómo? You've probably learnt that ¿cómo means how, but it's also the polite way of saying what. Yeah? ¿Cómo? So if you don't understand what somebody's saying, instead of saying ¿qué? ¿Qué? You say ¿cómo? It's a softer, more polite way of saying what. Useful phrase número cinco. Could you repeat that, please? En español se dice, ¿Lo puede repetir, por favor? ¿Lo puede repetir, por favor? So this is the formal way of asking someone that you don't know if they could repeat what they've said. Useful phrase número seis. What does that mean? ¿Qué significa eso? ¿Qué significa eso? As in, what does that mean? Not this. Useful phrase número siete. What is that? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso? If it's just one thing. If it's more than one thing, you'll need to say, ¿Qué son esos? ¿Qué son esos? What are those? Remember, as always, to point and smile. And the eso and eso, these are part of your demonstrative pronouns. So learn these because these are a fabulous way to control your learning environment when you're in a Spanish-speaking country by practicing asking something like ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué son esos? ¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué son estos? ¿Qué es aquello? ¿Qué son aquellos? Useful phrase número ocho. How much does it cost? ¿Cuánto cuesta? cuesta? If it's one thing. ¿Cuánto cuestan? If it's more than one. Por ejemplo, ¿cuánto cuesta esta chaqueta? How much does this jacket cost? ¿Cuánto cuestan estos zapatos? Are you still with me? We're just coming up to useful phrase número 9. Stick with me. Vamos. So, useful phrase número 9. Do you have any vegetarian options? ¿Tiene opciones vegetarianas? ¿Tiene opciones vegetarianas? Of course, you could replace with that vegetariano with vegan options. ¿Tiene opciones veganos? ¿Tiene opciones veganos? Useful phrase número 10. Do you accept credit cards? ¿Aceptan tarjetas? ¿Aceptan tarjetas? Useful phrase número 11. Is there a discount for cash payments? ¿Hay un descuento para pagos en efectivo? ¿Hay un descuento para pagos en efectivo? Okay, so this is a really handy phrase to know because some places add an extra 10% for card payments and you don't always know about it. So if you want to get yourself a nifty 10% discount, you want to pay maybe with efectivo. Useful phrase número 12. One moment, please. Of course, it is un momento, por favor. Un momento, por favor. Useful phrase número 13. Can you help me, please? ¿Me puede ayudar, por favor? ¿Me puede ayudar, por favor? Again, this is formed as a formal question because we're presuming that the person that you're asking for help from, you don't know. So 14 and 15 are extras, simply because I hear so many people get these basic greetings wrong. So here we go. Useful phrase número 14, good morning. Buenos días, with an O. Buenos días. And finally, useful phrase número 15, good afternoon. Buenas tardes, with an A. Buenas tardes. Good morning, buenos días. Good afternoon, buenas tardes. So there you have your handy Spanish holiday survival guide. Make sure you save this video. I've called it handy for a reason. Save it, come back to it, refer to it, practice speaking these phrases, record yourself saying them and listen back to them because of course there's no better way to get to know your Spanish self than listening to yourself speaking Español. I'd love to know how useful you found it. Let me know in the comments. Have a fabulous holiday and I'll see you in the next time. Hasta la próxima. Adiós.